Hi everyone, it's Laura and I hope you're all doing well. So today I'm going to tell you my tips for surviving the holidays. So ways to prevent weight gain, ways to prevent binging, and all these tips are from personal experience. So what do I do on Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day to avoid these things from happening? So if you're interested, then keep watching. So my first tip is I start the day off right. So whether it's by eating a healthy breakfast or making sure to get some type of physical activity in right when I wake up or the beginning of my day. And this can really set the stage for how the rest of your day is going to progress. So start the day off right. So the second thing I do is I only drink water. I don't drink alcohol and I don't drink any high caloric beverages. And a lot of that has to do with I just don't like them. I don't like eggnog, I don't like hot apple cider, I don't like things like that. So it's easier for me to avoid them. If I drink anything but water, then it's normally some type of hot tea or something like that. But it normally doesn't have any calories. So tip number 2, drink your water. The third thing I do, which this may seem like, well, duh, but I don't overeat because I don't like that feeling. I don't like the feeling of not being able to move, to just feeling like you need to sit there for a minute for everything to digest. And from my perspective, once I get to the point of I'm starting to eat too much, I don't enjoy the food. I'm not taking the time to embrace the flavors or really take in the moment of the delicious food. So for me, I don't overeat because I don't like that feeling. And as a result, I don't get that guilt that a lot of times comes alongside with overeating. And it's not that on Thanksgiving and Christmas I don't eat unhealthy things, because I do. I'll have the sweet potato casserole, or I'll have some dessert or something like that. But it's just not worth it to me to overeat because of how physically it makes me feel. And this isn't something that's just going to happen overnight of, oh, I'm not going to overeat this year because I don't want to feel guilty. It is something that is a gradual process. This year you may not eat as much, you may not feel as full, and then the next year is going to be a little bit easier. So it is something, especially if it's a behavior that's really ingrained in you, it is something that's going to take a little bit of time. But it is important that you try your best this year not to overeat, for more reasons than one. And a lot of people just throw their hands up and say, well, it's one day of the year I'm going to overeat, so what's one day going to matter? But for me, it's just not worth it. Like, I don't like to feel that way, and so I don't overeat. And it's not that I'm keeping myself from eating, it's just something that I do. So the next thing I do, which was also a tip in Be Healthy, Be Happy's video, which I'll put the link to her video below, and it's to focus the day around relationships and around your friends and around your family, and doing something that will make them happy and make yourself happy, and not focus as much around food. Because let's face it, a lot of these holidays are purely focused around food, and in the beginning of the years, purely focused about being healthy and losing weight. And it's really this unhealthy, vicious cycle. So something I really try and focus on is having those days and those holidays be about my relationships with people, because those are things that are meaningful to me. Those are things that are going to last. Overeating on a dessert isn't something that's going to matter tomorrow. However, the relationships that you build for that day, the conversations that you have, will. And so that's something to think about. So I hope these tips helped y'all out. If you have any questions at all, feel free to leave them down below. I hope you'll have a happy and fun Thanksgiving. And don't forget to check out my website, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm also available for meal planning and counseling. If you're interested in that, I'll put all the links below. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.